Hey Guitar Heroes, did you know that you can unlock 12 epic sounding chords that you can play with just one finger and start rocking out and sounding awesome within minutes? This is one of my favorite things to start beginner guitar players on, or you could just be leveling up and this could be your first time trying this. You've totally got this, and I'm here to show you how to master drop D power chords the easy way. Welcome back to Simple Guitar. My name's Brad, and I am excited to share this game-changing lesson with you. Like I said, this is one of my favorite things to start people out with on their very first guitar lesson, because learning guitar should be fun, right? And this is one of the funnest things you can do in the beginning. Whether you're just starting out or leveling up, drop D power chords are your ticket to playing awesome sounding riffs with confidence. So today we're going to talk about how to tune your guitar to drop D, how to play these drop D power chords with just one finger, and get you actually playing some cool sounding stuff right away. You are closer to crushing it than you think, so let's dive in. Now, first of all, when it comes to tuning your guitar to drop D, I'm going to assume that you know how to tune your guitar. If you don't, go check out this video, okay? Because this video teaches you how to tune your guitar. Now, in standard guitar tuning, your low string, your lowest, thickest string is tuned to an E note. And then we have your fifth string is A, your fourth string is D, your third string is G, your second string is B, and your first string is another E. What we're going to do to change this to drop D tuning is we're going to take your lowest string, your low E string, and we're going to tune it down. So we're going to listen to the pitch and tune it down to a D note, okay? Now what that means is, if you remember your musical alphabet or your chromatic scale, what are the notes in music? We have an E note. We're going to tune it down past E flat or D sharp, and then we're going to tune it a little bit lower until we hit D, and we're in tune with D, okay? Now, I recommend doing this with a tuner, something like, I like the D'Addario NS Micro Tuner. I'll put a link for that down in the description of this video. But I also my Kemper has a tuner on it, so I just use that. And you can also learn how to do this by ear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my open E string, and then I'm going to hit my open D string, and I'm going to turn the tuning peg of my E string down until those two notes match, like this. And there we go, right there. Now, as you're doing that, you're going to hear that wavy sound, like this. How it's wavy when you hit those two notes. The more wavy it is like that, the more out of tune it is. When they're in tune, you're going to hear that even out, and it sounds nice and smooth now, right? So that is drop D tuning. So we're just taking this low E and we're tuning it down past D sharp and down all the way to D, okay? Now, here's the cool thing about that. When you're in drop D tuning, that means that we can play your low D string now, your open A string, and your other D string, and those three strings together make a power chord. Now, here's the cool thing. Because when we play those open, that makes a cool sounding power chord. You can sit there and you can just strum that power chord all by itself. And to make it easy so you don't hit other strings and get other strings ringing out, I'm just going to use my fretting hand. I'm going to touch my three higher strings just to mute them, okay, so I don't hear them. And I'm just going to strum just those three lowest sounding strings. Now, if you do that 8 times like I just did, you're already on your way to sounding awesome. You can just keep playing that. Notice my strumming is all coming from my wrist right now, okay? So I'm not doing like a big motion with my arm. It's just my wrist, because I'm just hitting those three strings. Okay? Now, with that, because I can play that open chord, that also means that if I place my finger across all three of those same strings on the same fret, I'm going to get a new chord on each fret of the guitar. So you can do this with either your first finger of your fretting hand, or I like to use my second finger a lot. Sometimes you can use your third finger, okay, but don't be crazy and use your pinky. I mean, you could, I don't know, I usually don't. But check this out. If I play my open chord, I can take my first finger, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this flat and press down on the 6th string, the 5th string, and the 4th string with that finger all at the same time. And if you need some extra leverage, take your second finger, put it on top of your first finger, and press down with that too. But if you press down hard enough, you should be able to get all 3 of those strings to ring out. You got to make sure your fingers right up against the fret. You don't want to be too far away from the fret, because then you hear that buzz. We don't want that. We want to get right up to the fret. That makes it easier to press down, and it gives you a much cleaner sound, okay? So I'm just doing that on my 5th fret right here. So my first finger is on the 5th fret of my 6th string, and then laying flat on the 5th string and laying flat on the 4th string. So I'm playing all 3 strings just with my fingertip playing across all of them, okay? That gives you a new chord. And the cool thing is I could play this on the 1st fret, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, and when I get to 12, it's the same chord as open. Those are both D chords, because we're playing that open D note, okay? Like I said, though, you don't have to just use your first finger. You can do that with your second finger. Now, here's the cool thing. I'm going to give you some simple chords that you can play that are gonna sound good together. And then at the end of this video, I will link you to a lesson where you're going to start playing an actual song using these power chords. And it's a full song. It's a classic now, which is weird because it came out when I was in junior high. It's a lot of fun, though. So I will link to that lesson at the end of this one so that you can go learn how to play a full song. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to play your open power chord 8 times like this. If you need to pause and do that, go right ahead, pause, come back and hit play. But next, I want you to find your 7th fret. Now remember, if you're totally brand new, if you're not, I know that you already know this, but if you're totally brand new, this is your 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th fret. I want you to put your finger on the 7th fret on these 3 low strings. I'm going to use my second finger because it's easier that way. And actually, I've found for a lot of students, the second finger is easier. It's just a little bit stronger, right? And you're going to play that 8 times as well. Again, make sure all 3 strings sound out good. You can totally do this. If you're struggling, just take a few minutes. Just make sure that you're laying your finger down flat and pressing pretty hard. That may be difficult, but it gets easier the more that you do it. And then you're going to strum that 8 times. And now I'm just going to slide my finger down to my 5th fret, and I'm going to do the same thing. Press down, make sure it all sounds good, and then play that 8 times. And then I'm just going to lift my fingers off, and I'm going to play open. Play 8 more times. Now, when it comes to playing a chord progression where we take different chords and we play one chord after another chord after another chord after another chord, and then we usually will repeat that, we have to do this without stopping. And this is where most people get hung up when they're starting out playing guitar. Because if you're playing like open chords like D and changing to C and then changing to G and back to D, right? That's going to be tricky to get down when you're first starting out, especially to do it in time. But with these power chords, you only have one finger to move. That's all you got to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to play open 8 times, and then without stopping, keep your hand strumming the same speed without stopping. You got to keep that nice and steady. You're going to get your finger down on 7. And then without stopping, after playing that 8 times, you're going to move down to 5 and play that 8 times, and without stopping, lift your finger off and play open 8 times again. And that's going to sound like this. Let's do it together. If you need to pause and practice this, that's okay, but let's do it together right now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, open, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now 7th fret, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going down to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now open, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now your 7th fret, 5th fret. Now open again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all it is. Super easy. That is an actual song. That is The Middle by Jimmy Eat World. And like I said, I will link to that lesson at the end of this one, so stick around for that. Now remember, you can do this on any fret, so you can experiment, get crazy, try some different sounding stuff, right? You can try some cool stuff like your open and then 3 and then 5 and try playing different stuff like that. We could go like this. So I played open and then 5, and I'm only playing 4 times and 3, back to 5. Or you could do this one, another really popular song. This is open, then your 5th fret, and I'm going to slide up to 9 and back down to 5. Right? You can do all sorts of cool sounding stuff, and I get students doing this on their first day learning guitar. Now, mind you, it is a little bit easier when we're in person because I can just grab your guitar and tune you to drop D. So that's the only thing on this, is you have to get your guitar tuned to drop D. That is the most important thing. But then you can play this and have all sorts of fun. But the good news is that you can totally do this. You are in control. You can play around and try different sounds, different combinations. I have students all the time who are like, oh, I can't believe that's me, that I'm making that sound. And you can do this. So I'm here to encourage you and help you with this by making it simple to get you sounding good right away. So there you have it. Look at you, man. You just learned drop D power chords. Good job. Now, if you want to keep this momentum going and keep playing and having fun, then I have another gift for you as well. If you go to simpleguitar.com/top10, there you can pick up my free guide, The Top 10 Things to Learn on Guitar First. It's 17 pages going over 10 things I teach people all the time, including drop D power chords, to get you playing real music right off the bat. Okay, so that's my gift to you. You just put in your email address. I will send that over to you, and that is going to get you a lot of bang for your buck with your playing. So go to simpleguitar.com/top10, download that guide, have some fun, and then go check out this next video where I'm going to show you how to play all of The Middle by Jimmy Eat World. One of my favorite songs, and one of my favorite songs to start students out with. So go check that out, and I will see you in the next lesson.